Hey everybody, this is Justin from FrugalSnobs.com. What's up, YouTube? I brought Kristen with me. Say hello.
Hello.
Brought a currency review for everyone. This time it is for the 1988 Gibraltar £1 banknote. Now, this note is really cool. So, this particular banknote it piqued my interest a couple of weeks ago when Christine and I were out on an adventure for one of her events for her book series, and we went to one of our haunts in terms of antique shops where we go coining from time to time in southern Pennsylvania, and we saw one of these notes in one of the display cases. Now, it definitely did intrigue me. It is a really cool note, folks. Now, I want to point out a couple of things before we talk about the front side of the note. Okay, so these particular notes were issued by the government of Gibraltar. In Gibraltar, at the time of this note's issuance in 1988, both British pound sterling that is, and the Gibraltar pounds were exchangeable and used interchangeably at par with one another. So what that means, folks, is that the Gibraltar pound notes were currency and legal tender in Gibraltar, a British territory, as well as the British pound. However, the Gibraltar pound, which is different than the British pound, was not legal tender in the United Kingdom. Interesting? Yes.
Double standards.
So these particular notes, folks, were actually really cool. They were last issued in 1988 for this particular pound series, replaced by a coin in 1988 for a £1 coin. So, Christina, you want to talk about the front side of this note together?
Yes.
So, what color tones does this note have? Before you go any further, so folks, I have said this on several of our videos. Christina has an epic way of describing color schemes on banknotes. So, what color scheme do you see on this banknote?
Well, to use my verbose wordage
Wordage?
or vocabulary, there's like a burnt orange, which is like a reddish orange. There's red, and then the sepia tone.
I'm a guy, so I'm just gonna say this. It's orange, people. Okay,
Orange, brown, red.
No. Yeah, thank you. See. Okay. So before we go any further, I'm a typical guy, and same thing with like being a guy shopper, right? Once you find something that fits you, you buy one of every color. You'll deal with it later. Anyway, going to the front side of the note, you will see a very prominent government of Gibraltar
Right
across the top
Yes.
of the banknote. So they definitely want you to know this is a Gibraltar pound, folks. So this particular note's really cool. It does feature the Queen. However, Christina, you said something about the crown of this particular portrait.
This is the straight diamond crown.
And usually the square crown is typically used on
Yes.
currency. Is that correct?
That's the more common currency crown.
In the territories.
Yes.
Yes. So you'll also notice, folks, that typically the monarch is situated on other pound notes that we featured, justified on one side of the note. In this case, the queen is essentially off center, but not necessarily justified to one side.
Exactly. I mean, she's so slightly off center that she might as well be center.
Exactly. But you also do see the Rock of Gibraltar on this note as well.
Yes, you do.
And I just also wanted to point out, folks, that the notes that I was able to pick up recently, of course, are actually consecutive. So we were able to pick up two consecutive notes from the 1988 run of this particular note. And like I said, folks, 1988 is the last year of this particular issue of pound note from Gibraltar. It was replaced by a coin.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about the front side of the banknote?
Yes, it actually has the Gibraltar like symbol, the crown with the not the crown, but the castle with the key.
Yes, basically the not necessarily the coat of arms, but the symbol.
Yes.
Or the representation of Gibraltar.
Yes.
On the front side of the note here. Anything else on the front side?
I was gonna say, as we transition from the front to the back,
Mm-hmm.
on both sides, you can see on the left-hand side there is a side profile of the Queen in the watermark.
Yes, and you said the watermark also, we were talking earlier about this, the watermark actually extends across the bill, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it through both sides.
Right. So, okay, so let's go ahead and flip to the back side of the note. On the back side of the note, folks, you will see the Covenant of Gibraltar. Basically, it is the residence of, at a certain point, the governor of Gibraltar, but currently is occupied by His Excellency. That's so cool. His Excellency, Lieutenant General Edward Davis.
Yes.
Now, we found this information online, folks, but it kind of downplayed this gentleman quite a bit. He was just called Ed Davis. It sounds like it's your neighbor.
Yes.
Basically, he's went out to your mailbox one day. Hey, Ed, how's it going? How are things? So I think he was kind of downplayed a little bit, but it is currently the residence of Lieutenant General Edward Davis. This particular residence has been a residency occupied by a British official since 1728. So I just wanted to point that out. Previously, it was known as the Covenant of Franciscan Friars and was built in the 1500s, but underwent a significant, basically overhaul, remodeling, renovation, etc.
Over the decades.
Yep, over the 18th and 19th centuries, right? So, pretty cool bill, folks. Excuse me. Pardon me, folks. Dry air. I really kind of like this bill. It really intrigued me quite a bit. I've been working to collect pound notes from British territories over time, and this was just another addition to the collection. And again, I like saying the word Gibraltarian. It is. It is a Gibraltarian pound. So, are you a vegetarian? No, it's a Gibraltarian. So, it's a pretty cool bill, folks. You can actually pick up these bills probably still pretty easily if you actually go out and take a look for them on auction sites, etc., or in your local coin shops or antique shops. So, if this particular bill intrigues you, pick one up. Again, like I said, I picked up 2 of them consecutively in basically uncirculated state for a very affordable price. So it's really cool. If you'd like to pick those up in terms of the Gibraltar pound, in terms of consecutives, might be a little harder to do, but to get a single Gibraltar pound shouldn't be too difficult. You just got to go look for it.
Exactly.
Want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I would say the only other thing I want to say is that building, from the picture that they have, they actually cut off the chapel that's attached to it.
Oh, so there's a chapel attached to the Covenant of Gibraltar.
And it's presently owned by the United Kingdom Minister of Defense.
Yes, the Ministry of Defense?
Yes.
Yes. So, very cool. Only one other thing, folks. On the front side of the bill, we mentioned the Rock of Gibraltar is featured. This particular Rock of Gibraltar is part of a 2-rock or 2-edifice complex, so to speak, naturally occurring in Gibraltar, which is also known as the Pillars of Hercules. How cool is that? And we're looking for additional coins in the series, folks, because Gibraltar put out coins which feature the 12 labors of Hercules.
And it's one per year.
How cool is that, though? So there's probably going to be more from us coming on Gibraltar, but this is probably just a start, folks. At any rate, we do hope you enjoyed this video. Check out all the other videos on the channel. It helps us out. If you would like, please subscribe. That also helps us. But also check out the Frugal Snobs podcast. Everything you need to know is at frugalsnobs.com. To speak again, folks, as always, be well, never pay retail, take care of yourself and each other.